be the prince. And the prince heard our stories, and we were all basically compelled to tell the truth, and we told the truth, and he basically finished our mission for us by blowing up the presumed Shadow Empress and her cohorts.
He didn't exactly blow up.
Close enough.
Well, I mean, it's very interesting how it was done. It's kind of important.
We were brought into the room with various number of nobles, in which certain nobles started squirming, and then they were blasted with Yanovan-based inventions after having all of our magic sealed.
Now, see, that's a lot more important. So basically, Yanovan equipped someone with the ability to obliterate a group of nobles. Yanovan, how do you feel?
You know, those we completed our quest. We got rid of the Shadow Empress, which was those nobles.
Ah, so that's all you care about is you get rid of the Shadow Empress?
Nope.
All right. I believe
They're a
then
bit more prolific than I expected, as well as the renown from creating this is also like a bigger target on my back because like I'm being tracked because of the weapons, and all of a sudden a new city gets armed. Like, not great.
And then you knew you still had time to kill, and so you sought a mission, to which you were informed that there is one in the local location that you could resolve that might involve shock damage. What details do you recall about that?
Nothing. Oh,
So, I guess Baden had mostly been writing all of that stuff down. Because I honestly didn't write anything down.
Did he put it in notes?
He did put it in notes.
awesome.
Get rid of baddies and desert outcropping. Apparently, there will be the high potential for shock damage. Anything we find, we can keep.
And discuss rewards with the Dragon Prince. Oh yeah, we were supposed to have more people here to discuss the rewards with because Cookie wasn't here. Awesome.
He's still not here.
Yep.
Which the prince did say he would reward you and asked what it is you wished for helping him deal with an issue. From there, I believe the thought was to seek out means of protection from shock, which my question there is, what methods do you want? How familiar are you with methods of that?
About all I know about shock damage is don't go flying in a thunderstorm.
But do you know ways of defending against it if you get caught in it?
Hide out in caves. Cleok doesn't specifically know how to fight against shock damage. No. He knows general best practices about, lightning from thunderstorms, but the magically induced kind. If I remember right, we kind of got the last time we dealt with shock damage. The dungeon master was nice enough to not TPK us
I do not know what you mean.
from some certain shady vampire-ish guys that hit us with a fireball and then a lightning bolt, and we should have all died.
Well,
You're still gonna have a hard time convincing me that with that kind of power, we shouldn't have been TPK'd.
oh,
But
it
I'll
was
just
a
leave.
distinct possibility.
I'll leave it.
Absolutely.
I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna go any further with that.
Some of the best stories come from the biggest threats. There was talk about waiting for the ship to arrive and taking the full crew out, but I don't believe there was a final decision on that.
As a player, I don't want to take the full crew out. I don't want to run 2 people at once.
Understandable.
Now, I'm certainly for switching out party members because I'm reasonably certain Ryan doesn't want to play Hestra.
Speaking of, kind of fun how you say it.
I hadn't seen that when he just now posted that.
Yeah. Is there a reason that you guys are posting those messages in notes instead of general? Because those aren't notes. So,
He's noting he won't make it.
yes. So, Hestra and Ryu are MIA.
Shock damage.
Either way, if we're going to potentially take this mission, I believe it would be worth it to ask the prince or whomever contact the prince purchase with, since he is our source for this mission, a few more details.
I see.
Potentially.
And what details do you wish to ask?
So you mentioned that get rid of well, I don't want to go word for word from the notes, but an enemy from out in the desert, and that they do shock damage. Is this? I assume this is magic then. Are we dealing with
Um,
Are we dealing with a sorcerer or wizard, or are we dealing with something else?
Some would say it's magical, some would say it's natural. Um, certainly magic-like. They are known to exude a lightning attack. And it's, can be very unpleasant.
So these are creatures more than people.
Yeah, you could call him a creature. I call him a fiend, but he's not technically of that persuasion.
Oh.
But needless to say, this is a somewhat natural source from the being, and not say
Yes, it's a
a
natural
wizard casting
ability.
a spell.
It's a natural ability, but that is, yes, the case. It is not a schooled magic caster.
Is it only just the one, or does he have, um, or are there multiples, or
As far as I know, he's by himself, though he would be fairly formidable for you.
any minions or underlings that you know of?
None that I am aware of. He has not taken to do so as of yet, anyways.
Since it's an actual creature or fiend, do you know exactly what kind?
I do, but I felt it might be better for you to investigate and figure out some things on your own.
Out of character, isn't this investigating?
He sees it as you asking him questions.
um, hmm. Do you know of a place that? Do you have a recommendation on where we can be outfit with things that would resist shocking damage?
Well, there's various methods depending on your skills and abilities. I mean, there's spells to do so, there's magic items to do so, whether they're consumable or permanent enchantments. Of course, avoiding being hit is always a great option to, avoid. Was there a particular sort of option you're seeking, or just in general?
Just in general. I lack the ability to cast spells, so
Ah, so you'd
I'd
more
be
be looking
I'd probably
for
be
magic
more
items
looking
or
for the
potions.
magical items or
Or,
potions.
yeah. Well, you can
Although
start.
there's likely a member or two back on our ship that would have the potential to allow us to resist shock damage.
Excellent.
Now, whether that's his intent, now whether he actually does that intended effect or not,
Well, just keep in mind, I mentioned the lightning as the shock damage, as that is his ability at range to impart, but he's not exactly lacking in his formidability in close combat either. But you all have proven yourselves to be fairly good in a scuffle from what I've heard, so I figured that's probably less of a concern than the other for you. Anything
we
else I can help you with?
we appreciate the information.
Nope.
Certainly. As I said, there's a number of different options depending on what sort of abilities and skills you have. You're welcome to go about town and see what you can find. I'm sure you'll find some to your liking. Kind of depends on your skills as well as your available financial resources. And
So
just so you're aware, someone who's a transmutation specialist can actually have their transmuter stone change the damage type they're resistant to. As Donovan mentioned, when he gets to level 8, he can make armor that allows him to be resistant.
Right now, I can infuse items. I can infuse 3 items at a time. So same as last one. I know 5 infusions though. One of those is +1 to armor. So I can get everyone in a +1 to armor. Well, I can give 3 people a +1 to armor, but that'll remove any +1s to weapons I've done.
And that is a viable option to consider. But I was going to mention that you do have the ability later on to
Yeah, to do really
impart
cool infusions.
lightning resistance.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of the infusions have an 8th level limit on them. So,
understandably so.
yeah, because that's pretty cool.
Keep in mind, this is a purely optional quest. It's definitely very challenging. So you would need to kind of decide if you wish to do it or not. Now, it would be equally rewarding as it is threatening, but that is your choice.
I'm, I'm trying to decide if and how I would ask why it seems that he has, a great amount of power at and influence at your disposal. Why would you need us to take care of it?
Are you going to ask him, or are you trying to figure out how to word it? What exactly?
A little bit of both of those. It's like, should I ask that, and then how am I going to word it?
All right. Does anyone want to help Clea with those thoughts?
I mean, I have the same thoughts, but he appears to like to watch. He doesn't really feel threatened by anything. Things are just an annoyance to him, so he doesn't feel like he has to go deal with them. Because he is so powerful. So it's just like, this is causing me an issue, but like, we're just an annoyance.
That's fair.
There's potentially more to it than that. That is definitely
I
part of
mean,
it.
he tends to be sneaky in how he deals with things. So he
Is
said,
there a? Oh.
Celadon just bluntly asked, "Why do you need us to take care of this?"
Oh, silly Gif. It is not a need. I could handle it, but I have things in the city that need to be dealt with, especially after the recent events. I could send my own men to go do it, but then they would not be here to help in some of the issues that we're dealing with, as well as potentially losses, which take time to recover. As you know, life is not something that necessarily is rapidly available. It is precious. And so, I would not want to squander it. That being said, if you do not wish to do so and reap the rewards of the conduct, that is fine. That is your choice. I merely gave you the opportunity. It is up to you to decide if you wish to take said opportunity or if you wish to let it pass you by.
How much time do we have to decide? I mean, our ship is coming in a couple of days.
You certainly may have that time.
Well, we certainly need to replenish our funds, so I would say we should at least make the attempt. But if we decide,
Certainly would
but
involve
through our
giving that.
investigations, if we decide it is out of our league, then we will.
Oh, it most certainly will stretch your abilities, I believe. But the rewards are most likely just equally or more so lucrative.
Yeah, I'm for it.
I believe I believe we should take the next couple of days to prepare for said mission, or at least investigate, means of shock, the resisting shock, go, um, maybe get a little bit more information about the area we need to go, um, while we wait for our ship to get here, and, um, and then decide when they get here. Also gives us the opportunity to switch out characters if we would so desire.
And that is definitely an option you can go with if you seek to do that. Out of game terms for players to assist them in deciding, it is definitely a challenge above what is necessarily normal encounter. However, the rewards are also just as high, if not higher. Hence the term, it would stretch your abilities, but the rewards would be likewise. So, there is a third level abjuration spell that allows you to touch a willing creature and have resistance of 1 damage choice. However, that is a action, requires concentration, and lasts an hour. And that is a third level slot.
And we'd have
So,
to find the scroll and purchase it and have a wizard learn it.
right. It is available for clerics, druids, rangers, sorcerers, or wizards. There is the
And
option to attempt to acquire scrolls to use to do it. There is the option to acquire the scroll and learn it into your spellbook.
Third level's outside of my grasp right now.
I'd say Cookie would likely be able to do something like that, based on what I've seen of his
Yes.
types of magic. But then Cookie doing it's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I was trying to think. I believe there was other options for similar as well, but I'm trying to find it.
I mean, obviously you could buy armor that's resistant to it, but that's gonna be super expensive.
Yeah. You probably can get stuff to make a set or two of that afterwards, potentially.
Hmm.
Depending if you can
Interesting.
harness the goods. Because, it's
Oh,
going to be a lot of loot. It's going to be a haul.
that would be a fun invention. I'll make notes.
Uh, take a look and see if you have the DMG to see. I believe there was a potion that would do something like protection from elements, but I can't remember. I need to go do that nightly thing I need to do.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I will be back and we will continue.
Donovan's gonna start madly scratching down some notes on some armor adjustment. Instead of working on making yourself resistant, making grounded armor or a storing mechanism, so you can release the lightning at your be able to return the zap back. Be able to catch the lightning.
So there is a potion of resistance. When you drink this potion, you gain resistance to one type of damage for 1 hour.
How much does it cost?
I don't know. It's an uncommon
Oh
potion.
boy. So
That's strictly out of the DMG. I don't know
right.
what the prices of uncommon potions are.
Well, it depends what city you're in. They can be, since they're uncommon, it can be 1.5x they listed. Yeah, armor resistance is 6k. So resistance potion should be like 300.
Yeah, I saw 300.
Try and get 3 of them or 4 of them for 100 less than the combined price. 1100 for 4 of them. Done. Yeah,
So it'd probably be around 300 gold per.
and then I can switch my my infusions around. I have to do that at the beginning of the day though, but I just touch the items. It's instantaneous. +1 for you, +1 for you, and +1 for you. People can just choose if they want a +1 to hit or +1 to armor. Unless they already have a magical armor, magical weapon, then I don't think it does anything.
My sword's magical, my longbow isn't.
Yeah, I can
But I'm
make
a
him.
monk. I'm not
I can
worried.
make your longbow magical.
I think what we made the Baden's bow magic. I don't remember what you use your infusions on.
I don't remember. Like I don't have it on my sheet, which means that whatever I do, I'll make a note of saying that I've removed all the infusions and redone them as this, unless people, because I don't have any infusions on myself. I think I've only used one on him. I think I'd saved all the others and not done anything with it. I tend to do that with all my special features, not use them.
Right.
The cool thing is the infusions are permanent unless I take them off. Like,
Or you die.
yeah. Yeah, 24 hours after my death. Okay. They're soul linked. But yeah, I only have 3 infusions up until like level. What do I get the next? I don't get to have 4 infused items until 11.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Infused items aren't exactly weak.
No. Well, and the strength of the infused items will increase a couple times before then. My cantrip count will go up to. I got a 3rd, 2nd level slot this time around, so that's nice. I've been making sketches for grounded armor. It probably won't work anytime soon, but you know, started there.
Hey, it's always something worth working on, right?
And there's
So,
a little
and
side note for a storing mechanism.
just to clarify, it's probably not so much the feeling that you feel that he thinks you're expendable, as though issues that he would have brought to his attention are ones big enough that they would be of a more higher level of severity.
By the way, there are potions of resistance in the DMG.
But
Thank
they're
you.
uncommon and they're stated as 300 GP, which means we probably won't find them or they'll cost more than what they say. But yeah, they exist.
I didn't see a price in the DMG. Did you?
I found 2 different sources that said the same price.
Yeah? And what source was that? Because it may not be the source that I use.
Okay, there was a page number listed. Let me find that.
I
Yeah,
can pretty
so
well guarantee it's not the one I use.
resistance page number 188.
Nope. I know they have pricings there, but I don't use that for pricings.
Okay. Well,
Well, it's a 188 in the DMG is the actual where you see the potion of resistance, where you see it's uncommon, but I don't see a
okay.
price on there.
Okay. I thought this was someone's summary of all of their
Yeah.
It states
potions.
potion of resistance. It's uncommon. When you drink the potion, you gain resistance to one type of damage for 1 hour. The DM chooses the type or determines it randomly from the options below, which lightning is one of them, which I would assume is what shock damage is. Which I would assume that a excuse me. That if we were to buy a potion of resistance, we would be able to know that it is lightning before we buy it. That being
You'd
said,
hope anyways.
Yeah. So because it's uncommon, either not find it or not the price listed, I'm not surprised. It's magical items are not guaranteed to be found. That's or for sale. That's the fun part. So I guess I'll do an investigation with Baden's help to or I'll assist Baden in an investigation to find potions of resistance.
And you said it was called Potion of Resistance, right?
Yeah.
So what location did you find to locate the pricing?
I linked a PDF. I went searching for potions, uncommon potions 5e for pricing.
If you did that, then you actually may have found the right. I was curious.
And I linked a PDF of someone's accumulation of them, as well as where the potions are found in the player's
Okay.
manual.
Let me see if it's the one you found or not. Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
That actually is the right one. That's the funny thing. Wow.
Same potion pricing.
Well, he rebalances some of the pricing.
Yeah,
But the DMG has a
I
little
read through it and it
wonky.
said it at like 1/10 of the price of a permanent item, which makes sense.
Right. I mean, that doesn't mean it's cheap. No.
Oh no,
But
it's not. Like the armor of resistance and arena of resistance is 6K. Like
oh yeah.
woo.
That's why I was saying if you take on the mission, you may be able to acquire, because then you might
Yeah.
have,
Have the
might being
money
a
to
very loosely used term, 6K to spend on it.
yeah.
So yes, they are 300.
Yeah, I still have to find them though.
That is true.
Get some rolling. I'm gonna look up his character sheet now. Investigation. Seriously, he's not proficient in investigation. What a lousy character. I mean,
I thought Baden
he's
was
gonna.
Baden
proficient
is
in
it?
He's gonna.
investigation.
Was I not looking on? Is that all? That's it's Hestra's sheet, not.
I was gonna say, Baden said he was proficient.
No, let me look at Baden's sheet. Then I clicked on one of his links for
Hestra
Aldra.
or Aldra.
It says Hestra on the sheet, but I don't know why he would have that.
Well, he had Hestra's from the main chat. He moved it over to the character sheet so that
Okay.
Hestra's stuff was there. The Shredder Kai Spellbinder is the one you're looking for.
Yep, I found it. That's more like it. Investigation plus 10. You're just rude. Holy crap.
Yeah,
That's just wrong.
certainly should have it. With what he said he is.
Yeah, when I saw that it was going to be a +2 for investigation on the Hestra, I was like, well, I'm not going to use that one.
Yeah.
Thought my +5 was okay. Oh. So I guess his specific race gives him a double proficiency in investigation.
It gives him
something.
expertise in some things, and that's probably what he
Okay.
picked.
Yeah, he's got expertise. Because I see a double dot on it.
Mm-hmm. And expertise is actually something that bards, a certain cleric type, and rogues get. And actually, artificers
I
get it as
kind
well
of have
for
it,
tools. Not
yeah, I've
skills,
got it
but
for
tools.
tools.
I'm sure certain feats give it too.
I believe so.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna roll this d20.
There's some classes that give you, well, some archetypes that give you additional proficiencies, and if you're already proficient, it says you instead gain expertise.
I rolled horribly twice. But it's +10 halfway salvages it to a 14.
Wow. Wow. You know, if you
And
had
I'm gonna
rolled
pretend
that
that my
before what you've done in this town, the answer would have been, let me laugh in your face. As is, it takes you a day of searching to find it. But you're able to find it because of what you've done in town.
Speaking of Baden,
Baden,
Hi.
your brother just rolled for you and rolled a
Oh, wow.
4
Gosh, you're
and a
just a terrible
1.
investigator. I don't know how you can claim to be an investigator. Like, I had to help you, like, you were looking at the ground. You rolled a 1, and my 4 just, just...
The 4 just helped out so much. Lift your eyes ever so
I walked
slightly
over
up
to
off
him
the
and
ground,
lifted his chin
so that after a
upwards.
day of searching, you could find something.
Potions of resistance.
Potions do exist. Good to know.
Mm.
By the way, Yanovan, honestly, well done on finding that document.
Oh, the consumables and
I'm an
stuff.
expert Googler.
No. He found the actual magic pricing sheet that I use as a.
Oh, nice. Good to know. Now we can all look at those prices and see if they're charging us too much.
Keep in mind, that's not a guarantee. That's just the suggested pricing, depending on the
I'll
availability
just
that
delete
ships.
that link then. Haha.
Yes.
As I save it to my D&D folder.
Too late. Oh.
No,
I
it's
mean,
a
I already
good.
clicked
It's a
on
much
that.
better. It's a much better ballpark on what pricing should be for items,
Yeah.
because the DMG rates pricing simply based on rarity, and that
Yeah, and
is
DMG
not
doesn't even
accurate.
always give things prices, so it's really.
No, they don't. And their suggested pricing is simply based on rarity. That's what I was saying. And the pricing they have at that point, is kind of wonky. And like you said, not everything has pricing, and it's just, yeah. And this guy did a really good job of doing exactly what the document says.
So I hate to
So.
ask, what did I miss?
Plotting, deciding, talking to the prince. There's this thing called a video that you could look back on.
Also,
and check back.
Celadon's the new captain now.
In our searching for the potions, we found a wonderful little a house for Aldra to earn some money in.
That sounds,
Aldra's on the ship, so I guess you're
Yeah.
gonna wait a long time to make any money.
Yep.
So,
is it a fighting ring?
so
No, but everyone was
basically,
so nice there.
so what happened was we asked the prince for a little bit more information on this mission, and we found out that it's apparently a single entity that said shock damage does not come from what
Spell.
he's not a wizard or sorcerer in the sense that's not the source of his shock
It's a natural
damage.
ability.
He's
He called him a fiend, but he said he wasn't exactly a fiend.
No, he says he sees him as a fiend, but he's not that type.
Yeah. He's not a devil.
Meaning he's a fiend, but not of a fiend type.
Yeah.
apparently this creature is currently alone, but would be difficult, but not impossible for our group to deal with.
And
just
is
to help
it
you,
going
it's stated that
continue
it
to
would.
be alone?
Hmm?
Is it going to continue being alone for, say, 4 or 5 more days?
Yes. You were told that.
Cool.
He said that if you guys decide not to take it, then he'd have someone else deal with it and stuff. But and they asked,
okay.
well, can we have a few days to think about it? And he's like, yeah.
Cool. So whole party raid one person? Abuse whole ship character?
I don't know that most people want to play 2 characters at one time because it definitely complicates things.
But think of all that experience for all of them.
Which would be
I would-
reduced
Maybe.
because we split everyone.
I would point out that I'd be stuck playing 3 people technically, so no.
Well, I have said it since airlift is a bit wonky for you. If you want to alter it, we can do that.
No, I was just joking there. But yeah, I do think double playing would be a bit complicated.
That would bring in more difficulties, yeah.
It has nothing to do with us constantly asking for you to talk to yourself.
I mean, actually, doing a fight with 2 characters wouldn't be that bad. It's the actual roleplay portion that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Where you have two characters with a potential conflict of interest in which you don't want to. I don't want to be arguing with myself. It, it's like playing chess with myself. I both win and lose, and that's just not satisfying.
So, then they went searching for potions and rolled poorly and took a day to find them and only were able to find them because of what you've done in town.
That's nice.
Well,
What
you
kind
know,
of potions were
these
y'all
seas
looking
slide.
for?
Potions of resistance,
Ah,
specifically for lightning.
sounds about right.
I mean, unless you can cast protection from elements on everyone in the party, which is what they were going for.
What's the highest level Squeaks has?
Third,
Perfect. You can always just buy that spell.
and how much does it cover?
One person.
Uh-huh, so he can cover it on himself.
Or someone else because he's so small. He'd never get hit by an area of effect spell.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, I'm still eating dinner, so if y'all
Okay.
keep going, I'll just be silent over here.
You're good. Just want to make sure you're caught up and everything. So, Yanaven, you're finally able to find the location of where you could potentially buy some of these potions you seek. What do you want to do?
Um, gonna walk into the shop and talk to the whoever's at the desk.
It's a little gnome
What's
lady working there. How can I help you?
Yes, we're looking for some rather uncommon potions that provide us like resistance to certain types of damages.
Sure, sure. What about it?
I would like. How many do you have?
How many do you want? Because I can always probably acquire more if need be.
Um, 5.
Specifically for lightning.
Oh, particular kind. I see, I see. Let me see what we have in stock. I have 4 in stock now, and we can make some more, but it will take a few days.
Hmm.
So let me know what you want.
I turn to the rest of my group.
She's looking at you like expectantly. So we're gonna
Well,
make a deal, or what's
How,
going on?
how much would they cost?
yes. How much for the 4?
Due to the information I've received about you helping out the prince, I think I can probably do it for 300 each.
I look into my gold stack. Oh.
Cleox specifically has. How much do I have in script? Put this on my sheet someplace. 785.
So much.
How much does Baden have?
Like 180. I looted one body and I got like 50 gold.
I'll put 600 gold on the table.
Is that from
Oh,
the ingots?
yeah.
I'll chip in 50 at least.
I got no money, sorry.
Oh, great. I mean, I can put,
Can't we do a credit charge to the treasury that we have on the ship?
If you have the money there. Because you would actually potentially be able to find a bank and withdraw party funds.
That'd be nice.
I'll do it. Baden, you said you have 150?
I have
Do
about
we have
150.
Okay.
Do we have the party banker online yet, or is he still missing?
No, he's still gone, which just means we're all going to empty our pockets while he's gone.
I say,
Cleanup,
well,
if you can cover the fourth one, I can put up 750. And Baden can put in his 150, and that gets 3 of the 4.
Yeah, I can help with paying it off.
Ah! Speak of the banker.
Speak of the what?
Banker. We're at a shop buying
Party
stuff.
funds. We want to buy 4 potions of lightning resistance for 1,200 gold for this prospective mission.
so sign
Yay
here
or nay?
to endorse the check. We haven't read the amount down yet. Just sign there.
Give me a second. We were discussing funds from the last time.
Yeah. But you weren't here, so you weren't here to keep us straight.
Andy wasn't there for discussion of reward selection.
Yeah. We still haven't collected our reward from the prince. Isidore taking up another mission for him.
Okay. So with or without?
He also wasn't here when Sarah got lucky captain. Oh, that's true. That's the first order of business today.
So many live events that you missed.
Well, yes, what can we do with 3 people here? And it's like, well, I guess we're gonna have to elect a new captain. Cleak, of course, said, 1, 2, 3, not it. I was like, Sarah it is.
Nice. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I am uncertain of my bookkeeping process
Oh no.
as to whether or not we have appropriately paid for the 480 gold piece trip we took. But I think we did. I think we did pay for us to take the trip by ship, and I think I took that out of the funds.
I think that is correct.
And we then have 450 gold pieces we acquired from the gold statue ingots.
Oh boy.
Okay. If we add that together, our existing gold is 1,606.
So we've been using the gold from the ingots because those were on my person. And
You
I put
told
them
me
on
that half of them were used.
Yes, so
3 of them were
we have
used.
750 on hand right now, which is
Yes.
5 of them.
We used
5
3
of
of them.
Do we use 3? I thought we didn't.
Yeah, the writing said
Yeah.
we used 3 of them.
Okay.
And I think we started with 6 of them.
Okay.
We
So
start
we-
with 1 per party member, I think.
Right.
I didn't know how many people were with us at that mission. That's why I was accounting for
6 is usually a number
Okay.
that is
Cool, cool.
accurate.
So we have 450 of the melted gold.
Yeah. Now, that brings our total to now, keep in mind, a week has passed, okay? In fact, a week and 2 days. So it's my understanding like another 9 days have passed by the time our ship arrives, right? And we have an
Right.
ongoing expense
Of the
of 12.5 gold piece a day. So, I mean, that's another 110 gold will be out of that 1600. So,
if
how
we
much do you
don't
want to
do
spend?
1200.
We can, but
But
oh
then we
my
have to go
gosh,
take
that's
the
tight.
mission immediately.
The discussion is basically to take on a mission that you've been warned is going to stretch you to your limits and is going to be, you know, that level of hazardous. However, the reward is going to be equal or greater, and that there will be shock damage involved, and yet the target is also capable in close range. So the decision
Capable?
was to seek out means of resisting or being able to withstand the shock damage, electrical, lightning, take your pick. And then to do so, they decided that since they don't have a lot of casters that could all cast it enough times to cover the party, to seek potions. Potions were found at 300 apiece. Currently 4 potions are in stock.
Assassins were said to probably not bother us in this city, but they would continue in other cities.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it to you guys this way. We have, if you buy those 4 potions, we have a month before our expenses burn. Now, if you're okay with that, go for it.
The
I
question
feel
is
okay with
basically
that.
then, do you want to risk great danger for great reward that would be a little less risky with the investment, or do you not?
I mean, I've always said with great danger comes great reward, and dive in.
Does this help our mission, our primary focus?
Getting materials, potentially.
Somebody spent all of the money on upgrading the ship. We need
Yeah,
money.
that's true. There is potentially very valuable things there that would help us in our mission. We also have 2 rewards sitting for us, one back in the city we came from, and one from the prince for helping deal with the sun.
Okay.
Actually, we got 2 rewards for dealing with the sun on both sides of the planet.
Yes.
Now the thing about it is that we haven't been paid for the initial dealing with the Shadow Empress, which I know the prince had said what should be our reward. If our reward is we need money, we may be able to get that and get the the whole and then buy a potions and get even a greater reward by doing
Okay.
the thing the prince asks. I don't know.
So we're not very creative because we haven't yet thought of something we'd like as a reward from the prince. Right?
Partially didn't want to do it without party members,
Yeah.
aka the person who runs the captain of the crew. You. So they were trying to be respectful and thoughtful of you as well.
Right. Yeah, we can buy the potions. I think with the outstanding things we have, it's okay, but that gets us
Gets us
really
real
low.
tight. Yeah.
Can we make a party inventory channel as well?
Well, you could make basically a loot or, an item channel, and so you could actually keep track of that.
So we can
And
better
then
keep
people
track of
could
stuff.
claim items and stuff there as well.
Maybe.
We can ask for money and call that easy and simple. We can hope we get money back in the other reward after the week passes, because we still haven't gone a full week yet. We had the 2 days of travel, and then 2 to 3 days in town. We've still got 2 to 3 days before our ship, 4 to 5 days before our ship arrives,
Okay.
and that will be a week and 2 days since the ship was repaired.
Can also take another mission besides this in town to earn money while we wait for the ship to come. Because
That
we
is
want
true.
to swap out characters to go on the dangerous mission.
So what do we know about the mission, other than it being very dangerous?
All right, this is
Involving
going to be the
lightning?
third time.
I'm sorry, but I mean, okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Apparently the creature is alone. The shock damage comes from natural abilities and not specifically
Casting.
spellcasting. The prince himself called him a fiend, but he's not actually a fiend. He was being coy as to what the creature actually is. He didn't want.
Okay. Can we borrow the kobold's army of boomsticks? It seems like they could solve the problem.
We got the feeling that because it's outside the city, that it wasn't an urgent matter for him. Like, this is an annoyance to him. Like, he seems to be immensely powerful, and we've made him even more powerful. Half accidentally. Didn't expect such prolific weapon creation. And the military force in the city is for the city more than for outside the city. So he has someone coming in that can go take care of the problem, but he doesn't. He seems to keep his resources allocated closely.
Okay. Well, I'm having big time audio problems, so let me
Okay.
try restarting.
So,
Buying the potions. We'll pull them from party funds.
okay. Did you just want to get the 4, or did you want to...
I don't think we
request.
want to wait an
We
extra
can't-
day.
And we can't order more. Like, we don't have the money.
That too.
I'm just verifying.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't like leaving any sort of uncertainty if we can avoid it, because it's better for everyone involved the less uncertainty there is.
Yep, understood.
Okay.
So we're going to buy the potions. We have ability to get money, whether through rewards or otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, if you survive the mission, you're definitely going to make some good money, you've been told, so there is that.
We got extra characters. We'll just keep throwing them at the problem.
Keep in mind, you run out, you run out.
Yep.
Sheridan ends up as the last one surviving. He's like, looks like
Guess
I
I'm the
have a ship.
captain.
I'm taking the ship and running.
Guess I
Bye,
am
y'all.
the captain. Sheridan, the
So-
assassins are on standby. They're not allowed in the city. We don't have to worry about them for now. But we are going outside the city, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think they want to mess with us around the city.
So, you guys have decided to take the mission and acquire those 4 potions.
Yes.
Do you wish to partake in such events tonight, or do you want to continue preparations before taking on the mission? I'm not trying to force, but I'm trying to see what we can do to keep things at least somewhat progressing.
Need to do other than getting.
What was that? I missed it. I was zoning out. What was the question I was asked?
Taking the mission and wanting to undertake it right now, or is there any other things you want to do? I'm trying to keep things moving, but I
We are
don't want
looking for
to
other
jump
missions
the
in
gun
town
either.
while our ship arrives. Because we want to swap out characters before taking the mission.
Who
Okay.
wants a different character?
That's kind of what I'm asking though as well, because do we want to
Oh.
skip to the ship getting here?
I assumed we wanted to swap group for Cookie.
Do you,
but-
don't you? Yeah, stuff like that.
I'd
Okay.
assume that, Rio's not here, but I would assume Rio wants to.
Yeah, that's probably pretty
Rio,
good and
not
safe.
Hestra. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair point.
Do you
All right.
have the sheet for Rio?
No.
I
You
don't
may
think we're
wanna-
gonna get to fight tonight.
Well,
for
that's
that
what I'm asking, because you could. I'm asking if you want to spend time the rest of this session trying to make plans and preparations, or what it is you want to do with the rest of the session to make sure we're able to
Let's
do
look for other work in the city, but we will take that mission. Hopefully we have a bigger turnout next week, and also can get all sheets in.
Yeah.
If you want, Ryu was on just a little bit ago. We could ping him and see if we could get it now. If you want to leave that mission till next week, that's fine as well. That's why I'm trying to be clear and make sure
Yeah.
I understand.
Leaving it till next week seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can look for another mission in the city, though, and see what else we can bide our time with a small mission. Hey. I was about to put a message out asking for that.
Those are the current documents. I'm surprised we have Baden here tonight.
Did you head home because of the weather?
Sure. Also, we wanted more food.
Food is a pretty big motivator.
Yeah. And when the kids start getting tired, that's
Yeah, it's
typically a good time to get out to ditch and
Oh,
head
yeah.
home. We
Yeah.
go with we're not parents yet, so bye-bye. So yeah. I got on basically 5 minutes after I got home. Investigation to try and find small missions in the city for quick cash,
Yes.
or a simple fight or something for it's manageable for us.
Sure. Roll, investigate, see what you can find.
First
Let me
roll of the
see what I can
day.
pull up.
That's not by Brian. That's a 14.
A 14. You can find a couple.
So you rolled a 4 on your die.
Yep.
You do realize that's what
Dang.
he rolled.
It's called expertise. It's nice.
That's what he rolled to find the potions.
Ah, that's a shame.
He rolled a 4 and a 1.
because I was assisting you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to assist me again, I can roll again. DM allowing, of course. That's much better if that happens.
Where is it? My brain's not working great today, sorry.
That's okay. It's a holiday.
You go to the bathroom real
Here we
quick. I'll be right back.
You finally found it.
I'm not sure how we settled my damage. I'm looking for it in the different Artificers versions. Because it had been nerfed down, but then given 2 attacks, which is basically splitting my damage between 2 different attacks.
What's a heavy crossbow? A D10? Because if you've got a sniper rifle type, it makes sense to have it as a D12.
What's on your page 268? Do you have a Dungeon Master's book, buddy?
Yes.
Me?
It's just
Oh.
far away from me.
Okay.
As in I can't, well, I can reach it still. DMG or handbook?
Yeah, 267, 268.
Of which one?
GMG 267.
Alright.
Which specific firearm?
Yeah,
What do you want? It's in front of me.
just a rifle.
A hunting rifle, 2d8, 2d10 piercing. 8 pounds, range 80, 240, reload 5 shots, two-handed.
You want to take a quick screenshot of that and post it?
We're trying to
To-
figure out what damage.
Sure.
It's just to accelerate things, that's all.
Yeah.
If you're able. If not, that's fine.
I will be moderately able.
I have the book in the other room is the problem, and I'm trying to not make this
I
take
have
longer.
a
I'm already trying to
picture.
get this done.
I have a copy picture coming up.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Laser pistol. That sounds fun.
No.
Which sphere do we have to go to get that? Also, that's a terrible picture. My apologies. It'll work for now, though. Ooh, grenade launcher. I think we've already started making that in the process. Did we get one of those boom bombs from the kobolds? Yeah, musket is 1d12, and a pistol is 1d10.
All right. Looks like
Yeah, we were
Ryu can
using
post it in
we were
general.
using the thunder cannon from the second revision because the third revision went to generic firearm rules.
Mm,
We just got rid of all the extra attacks the original version had in it, which nerfed it down to 2d6. But I have the optional infusion on firearms for a d6 extra damage. So
There's
I've been
two missions.
doing 3d6 damage with my gun per hit.
well, Illos seems possible if he's within the city and staying inside the city.
To discover who is murdering his peers and why. Bury the crimson.
Bury the chopper.
Yeah, I leveled up to 7. I'm a little bit harder to kill now. Ever so
Yeah, it's
slightly.
nice.
Kleok and Yonovan.
And Baden.
Someone got to 7?
Yeah.
Kleok and Yonovan.
And Yonovan, yeah.
Kleok. Overachiever.
You guys
He's
have been
been
bringing Kleok and Yonovan out a lot.
Yep.
No, that's alright.
Yeah, my other character's
You
still
have
5.
dependable characters.
I might have gone earlier, but I wasn't paying attention to my XP.
Okay.
Which I was considering bringing Dora into this, but if it's a dangerous lightning-based dragon, that would be.
Perfect.
I mean,
He can be a hero.
Then a flying bird in the sky is ready to get struck by lightning.
Hey, group does not fear lightning.
Just fire. Does group recognize what happens when lightning passes through wood?
Ha ha. Ha ha.
Same thing that happens with a toad.
Yes. Same thing that happens to everything else.
A little bit of combustion and sizzling.
Either way,
Yeah,
if it's going to challenge our best, then
we need to
then
bring
I'll
the
be bringing.
best.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe it's like, congrats, you survived. You all get an extra level. Yay! Hey, we can hope. Rescue the lady from the brigands of Howling Hills. How far away is that? Just something simple.
No?
What's the check? Hi.
Probably an
Quest giver.
investigation.
Let's see if this one goes better. Hey, 24.
You can get a 1.
Considering we're having issues with our own assassins, I don't think we should take that one.
The Howling Hills, you find out, are a section of dunes that are in the desert that are about a 4 days journey, and they're known to be fairly dangerous.
That's a shame.
So
Are
Did
any
we
of
figure
those
out how far
quests
away our actual other opponent was?
our main quest?
Yeah.
Before we get distracted by all of these side quests.
Because that would have been a question we should have asked, but we didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
you did find out that the location you were seeking was not too far. From the information you're given, it sounded like it was probably a day or two's travel. So it's not like
Okay.
right next to the city, but not a week travel.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, travel is probably about half speed because it is desert.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving you time travel, not
Distance.
distance.
Yeah. Understood. We'll just need to get some, like, sand seals, like Legend of Zelda.
What's that?
We actually still have some
Oh.
gear that works well for sand, but we probably
You do.
didn't take it with us.
I do not believe you said you did, so it's probably on your ship.
Yeah.
I'll just, like, fly the ship over.
Given that we're probably swapping out members, which requires the ship to be here, then it's probably a safe assumption that yes, we will have it.
So what was the thing y'all said Aldrich could earn some money doing?
Nothing at all.
Because I have two ideas, and I'm hoping it's a fighting club.
Sure, it's a fighting club.
Alright, I am
Your
ashamed of y'all.
dear brother did not specify and was the one who came up with
I
it.
specified nothing. I just said the people there were very nice.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's what happens
However,
when you show up.
he did
Oh, very
not
good.
roll to determine if he found such a location. So there is that.
So he just made it up completely. Okay.
That's what happens
Sounds
when you don't show
sounds
up.
typical. Mm-hmm. Alright. Are any of these quests reachable in 2 days, or completable in, say, 2 days.
Have we ever had a quest that's completable in 2 days?
Hey,
It depends.
I'm asking for like simple,
Yeah.
like go kill sewer rats, pay by the ears, something simple.
Oh, yeah, there's a mission like that. Go kill goblins, or go kill kobolds, or go kill rats, and you get a silver at most per ear.
Mm.
And that's if you're killing the kobolds, which are the servants of the prince.
Yeah, it doesn't seem quite good.
However, the contract may or may not actually be payable, seeing as you may or may not have removed the person paying said bounty.
Yep. True.
If you want to go for rats, yeah, you get a silver per 10 ears. You could go with that.
All right. Hmm.
They
Tempting.
are known to have plagues, so there's that. I hope you have good con scores.
That's true. Sarah's got a point with that. Then I'm good with just moving on to swapping out characters and moving towards battle.
The princess mission.
Yeah, the Prince's mission.
Yeah.
So what characters want to come along? We could bring all the DMPCs. That's very close to Sheraton.
Okay, so Ceridan, I think we should probably bring Cookie.
And there's the final 2 quests that you found.
Hmm.
Should probably
Oh,
take Cleoc.
yeah. Both of those missions sound good. They sound like fun, but yeah.
I hope that betrayer isn't as powerful as a certain other betrayer.
Right?
Well, Baden's ward are kind of useless against, say, large or gigantic or huge or larger. So if this is a young dragon or a small creature, it'll fit.
I'm only assuming it's a dragon. It's
I
probably not a
mean,
dragon.
single, really hard to kill. Yeah.
So Baden, Cookie,
Mm-hmm.
Pleoc, Yonovan, Rio, Saradin. Did I already say Saradin?
Probably. And Cookie. Is Cookie or group?
Cookie.
All right. The NPCs.
Well, either we take Nurcell for a little bit more healing, or we take Squeaks for better damage.
Or both. If they die, oh well. Not that I want them to die.
Wow.
Meat shields are a thing. Okay. Saradin, Cleoc, Baden, Yonovan, Rio, Cookie, Squeaks, or Nersil.
And that's 7.
Yeah.
We ideally don't need a DMPC if all 6 of us are here. But
But it could make life easier.
yeah.
I say Nersil for the heals.
Yes, Nersil is a more flexible individual.
Well, I would have said Squeaks for the damage.
Well, that's really the thing. Do you want someone that can put out damage, or do you want someone that can put out heals? Other than that, they're about equally as utilitarian.
How about both?
No.
I don't want to do both for the very same reason that if we're doing both, then we might as well have one of our PCs take 2 characters instead.
Well, you can do that option if you want, and if they die off, I just won't replace them.
That's
Yeah.
also an option.
So, I mean, if you want to start thinning the herd, go for it. I will not stop you.
So that means he'll aim for them. So have them far from the group.
Uh,
And next, Squeaks will be a tiny meal for this hypothetical dragon.
What have I done?
I mean, I was thinking dragon too, let's be honest. And it could just be chromatic dragon if it's a fiend. Alright, so we're progressing. We'll tell the prince we'll take it. And that we will take our stronger party members. And proceed with the quest.
Okay. Any other
Yes,
preparations
I
you
guess we'll
want to do?
take Nersil. We bought 4 potions of resistance of lightning. Who of our 7 people should have them? And I'm going to argue Cleoc should not be one of them. For reasons. I'd probably say Nersil and Cookie.
Yeah, those are good options. Whoever's going to be our tank should also get one.
I'll be shifting all of my infusions, all 3 of them, to armors for +1s. If you don't already have a magical +1 armor.
I do not. Okay.
Okay. Tipped with copper. I thought you were talking about a sword or something.
No, that would be pretty ineffective.
Ah, well,
The Grubhub market is a copper market. As long as you're not
okay.
tipped with brass, you're good.
All right. So where is this electric monster then?
A few days out of town.
Perfect. Do we get directions?
Yes, you're given directions.
So a survey. Do we want to ask for our reward to be money from him?
Yeah.
All right.
Or equivalent gems, because the gems are of the type we need for. I don't know how hard it is to source the gems we need for the rescuing of souls.
True. So money or gems? Do we ask for a specific amount or ask the prince for what he sees as a appropriate amount?
Yeah, what exactly you're trying to do? Are you trying to get people released? If so, how many? What sort of thing are you thinking?
Well, we mean it as an extension of our mission, so we don't have a limit to how many we'd want to see released, but I seriously doubt we'll get more than one. You've
Okay.
mentioned that the cost is variable based on the level, but we haven't really gone down for a factual breakdown of what that looks like.
True.
Experience costs we talked
Basically,
about last session.
yeah. Basically, it's also like, what degree are you seeking? Like, are you asking for, hey, could you just help us get a few? Or are you saying, hey, give us this big thing? Release everyone? Or, what sort of thing are you going?
I'm thinking just asking for an appropriate reward from him, not asking for the world. But basically just ask. We have talked about it, and a simple reward of money or gems would work for us. We trust your judgment and what the amount that is appropriate for our effort or for our contribution to the solution of their problem.
Okay, and that's the reward you're going to ask for?
Yeah.
Because I have
Okay.
no idea what an appropriate amount of gold would be.
So, do you want to end there tonight on asking for that and getting it, or did you want to go and face off against the creature? Like, what are you thinking? Like, you guys have kind of wavered back and forth and looked at the missions.
I don't think we have time to do the entire battle, but we can get to the battle and see it, and then pause for the evening and plan.
If you see it, you probably will be kind of very minimal planning allowed, but that is an option. That's kind of why I was asking what plans you
I'd
want to
prefer to
make.
be surprised for tomorrow, just because.
All right.
So let's end there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if wealth is what you seek, did you want gold or did you want unlock, like the gems to release people?
Gems is preferable. Although we do need
both.
operating expenses. At this point, yeah, we're running dry. We need operating expenses.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna ask for loot and
Yes, gold.
give me a moment here. I will get that while it's loading. Is there anything else you guys want to seek or do while you in preparation for going out?
We had potions dished out. One to Cookie, one to um, Narasil, one to Saradin. We had one left. Baden wasn't going to take it, or Kliak wasn't going to take it. That leaves Yonovan and me and Rio. Do we think Rio should have it? To not die so fast.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Glad you got that figured out.
Yonovan, how many hit points you got?
55.
I got 58. We're very close in that regard.
Kleok has 55, but I have a reason for not wanting to take one.
Is it called evasion?
It is.
Okay. That's nice.
Now, if this lightning damage isn't a deck save, then I'm going to regret not taking one. But I'd say there's a pretty decent chance it is.
Yeah. Most of the time lightning is. If it's
I'd
a
also
holding...
suggest any battle. I'm just going to put this out here. Ideally, when we engage, we're all spread out.
Yes. We should do that. Try not to make lines and try not to be too close
I
to
would
each other.
laugh if Yonovan was wearing this grid that somehow grounded any electric attack.
I already mentioned that. I was working on sketching up a grounded armor and potentially a side. I had a side note for a way to store the energy to return it to sender.
Now, if you had rubber boots and a way to absorb the energy, it would totally work.
That's very true. That's also very heavy.
Yep.
Anyway, that's magic doesn't follow physics.
That's also chainmail, just over the face as well.
Can't say real well, but it's okay. I'm protected.
Blind, but immune to thunder or lightning.
And I'm getting close to done. I'm just trying to finish this up.
No worries. Just gotta spit the umbrella back, or spit the lightning back at it.
Alright, I'm giving you a few extra little interesting trinkets. That's why it's taking a little.
Okay.
There we go.
And if you guys are ciphers, I'm grabbing a few.
Hey, Certain, I have to tell you that you're resistant to pot now.
There's the items you've acquired.
All of this?
Yes.
Look at the note channel.
Okay, I'm changing that since y'all are Oklahomans in heart.
Yeah.
Doesn't fly for the government.
Note that.
Oh, we're very pot resistant at the government.
Yes. Very much. At the very least, myself and John, it is very frowned upon for us to.
Participate in the devil's lettuce.
Huh.
Stint pot.
So we got
Hey,
treasure.
this is interesting.
Nice.
Ciphers, eh?
Dude, look at that flail.
Yeah.
It's a reach weapon.
Oof.
That doesn't work when extraplanar travel or teleportation fails, but that's funny.
Hey, we
That's
also got 2 more healing
crazy.
potions.
Yeah.
That slender shard of sapphire restores a dying creature to half its maximum hit points.
Nice.
That is very handy.
Wow.
Might be useful in this quest.
Very.
Here, stab the dying man. Boink.
So, Cleoc.
Hello?
That one.
We'll attach that jagged silver shard to the end of the flail. You don't have to do it with.
The thing about it is that I've got 2 of these ciphers on my character sheet that I was like, yes, I need to use these.
So
I was
one is
going to
using.
use them on our very next, hard
Yeah.
battle.
So how do these
Although
cipher works?
they're basically like
One
one-use
use
magic
items.
items. They're consumables.
Okay.
It's like
Cool.
a potion, but does other effects.
So if we attach the jagged silver shard to the end of the blink flail, we can do 2 death saving throw fails, and then restore them to half health.
I'm not sure it works that way, but
And then
alright.
half our rewards are gone. Okay. Cool.
But given that you asked for reward, and your adventurers who usually utilize interesting trinkets, he allotted you some interesting trinkets.
Those are pretty interesting.
So who should get the blink flail?
Who is proficient with flail?
I think Saradin should, or not Saradin. I think Squeaks should have it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want.
I don't even know what the stats of standard flail are, so I should look those up.
You could use a seat.
Specifically, Cleoc is not using the even if he is proficient, potentially. And he can't use the flail at the moment anyway because it's a martial melee weapon, and I have not chosen said weapon as one of my Kensei weapons.
Baden could, but that's not his really
But flail is
Alright.
a martial melee weapon that does 1d8 bludgeoning, and this particular flail has reach.
Yeah.
How do you edit text?
That you've already done? Or
You right
posted?
click it.
Can you edit someone else's
Nope.
or
Nope.
only your own?
Only your own.
Okay.
So I'm guessing since the standard to be using
If you were
strength, so
if you
that's
were
a no for Baden.
if you were channel admin, you might be able to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe so.
I know
Because
you can
I
potentially.
can only
I know you
pen,
can
mark,
potentially
and delete.
delete other people's texts if you
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
You can't edit, you can only delete.
Yeah.
Yep. You can edit
Just
your
fun to
own.
mess with people. I mean, gosh.
Okay. I guess Cookie's taking the golden healing potions.
Well,
Well,
I'll
no one
explain.
else needs to heal, right?
We have 14 healing potions. That means each of us gets 2. Okay?
Okay.
I want you to write that down.
All basic healing potions?
Basic healing potions, yes.
Alright.
Are you giving to Squeaks and Nurse Cell as well?
Yes. There's 7 of us in the party, right?
Well, we're not taking both, right? We're just taking Urso, right?
It's up to you guys.
I think we're taking just Neurocell.
Okay.
Here, I'll put that in the notes channel.
Okay. After our ship arrives, and we
Well,
pay everyone.
let's call it here for the night then, since we're having some people fall off.
Yeah.
Pick up here next week
Alright.
as you guys head out and explore whatever thing this is, entity in the desert. So we'll see you guys then.